Hi, 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 hi. Instagram and Facebook. We are live. Good morning everybody. I'll let you all get started and arrive. Good morning guys. Hello. Hello everybody. Good morning. Hi. Hi everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Lovely to see you all. I hope you're all okay. I don't know where you are in the world, but my goodness, it is wet and miserable in Bristol this morning. The rain actually woke me up last night. Good morning. Good morning, Mum and Dad, who are on holiday. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Hi. Okay, quick gulp of tea. Should we get started this morning? How are you? Everyone okay? Are kids back, or are you still on Easter holidays? Seems to differ where you are in the country. Here in Bristol, they went back, so they're back in preschool. Mum and Dad, it's absolutely miserable, so stay where you are. Yeah, we're good, thank you. We're really good. It is miserable today, but hey ho. I've got something I'm wanting to show you guys that I'm really excited about because it's Roleplay Wednesday. Very exciting. I'm just going to have a quick gulp of this. I did. Mama Smith's just saying that she's got tea, Easter egg and occupied children. So that is winning. I have tea. I did just shove in a big chunk of Easter egg before I came on. Probably not what the professionals do, but hey ho. That's the joy of filming from your kitchen, isn't it? Right, okay, I'm going to get started. Roleplay Wednesday this morning. So, just to clarify, because I sometimes get a few questions about this, Roleplay Wednesday is about pretend play. It's about encouraging our children to go into that wonderful storytelling, imaginative world where they can really go to town, real dreamlike world. Often it's related to things that they have experienced, that they have done. But it could also, depending on their imagination and their creative ability, they may be able to think further than that. So it's great. It's really, really great. It has lots of benefits for when they're older and their storytelling, for their language, and also for building social skills, learning to play with other children, how to interact with other children and adults as well. So imaginative play is great. It can be called imaginative play. It can be called role play. You might even hear me call it or pretend play as well. You might hear me talk about it in the two types of role play, or I might talk about it as in small world. And small world is when they are using little people or maybe vehicles or animals, and they're using little things and maybe little puppets, and they are taking on the role of being the person and using their voice as them. So that's one type of pretend play that they can do. Or there can be role play, which I often share with you, another passion of mine, and that is perhaps like we did the garden centre recently, the flower shop, where they take on the role as the shopkeeper and they are the shopkeeper. Okay, so there's two different types. So Roleplay Wednesday, the idea behind that is just that it will incorporate a little bit of the small world. Maybe one week I might do like the flower shop, big role play. We might do some pretend play, or I might show you ways to get a little bit of writing into their pretend play, or a little bit of maths into there, or some language skills, or different things. So it might take on lots of different forms, but it's in general, Roleplay Wednesday is pretend play, just encouraging your children to pretend. Now, before I get started, just a quick thing to say is don't worry if your child, it's not their thing. Our children are not going to be into every single type of play, and you don't need to worry about that. It might not be for them at the moment. They may go into it later. They may have done lots of it and now are choosing to move on to something else, and that's fine. Just like some children like to get messy and some children don't. Some children like to pretend, some children don't. So don't worry if your child is not pretending yet, they may well do it. I did share a post recently, I think it might be next week, so if you scroll down Instagram to the red bit, you will see that I talked about ways to encourage your little one, like starting off points, the way to start pretend play and how to introduce it, particularly to really young children. So, all right. I do, Millie and me, I do. I don't know if you just heard that. I just did, last week I did some tips about getting started with role play. So if you scroll back on Instagram when we're finished, scroll back onto the red bit, and I think I did 3 posts about just encouraging, I think, was it last week? Or am I getting, or maybe the week before? Have a look, I can't remember now. But I've talked about getting your kids started with role play. So yeah, there's just some tips on there. All right, so shall we get started? Because I've been really excited to show you this. Anyone that's been following me for a while will know that I have certain things that I collect. I make collections of stuff, whether it's stuff from around the house or stuff that's going in the recycling, because a collection, you'll be amazed at how quickly it builds up. And I've been doing this one specifically in line with Mason's interest, and also with something that's going to be coming up soon. Now, I'm no media expert by any means, but I have a feeling that very soon, I don't know if you can read that the royal wedding is going to be taking over most TV channels, most magazines and newspaper fronts. It started, hasn't it? There's little bits. I imagine there's going to be a lot more. So we're going to be seeing in the media and the world around our children, lots of talking about the royal wedding, about the royal family, and about London, and different traditions and cultures from this country. So I thought I would share with you what I have been preparing for leading up to the royal wedding. So these are, first of all, these are my royal wedding play prompts in the mini pack. So it's 25 ideas in red and blue, red, white and blue, of course. Different activities that you can do in the lead up to the royal wedding, or if you're having, me and my neighbours are talking about getting the kids together on the day of the wedding, because then they can watch it all together, and we might do some activities like that. Or if you work in a nursery or a preschool or a messy playgroup, something like that, and you're wanting some ideas to get excited, you maybe want to do a wedding, royal wedding themed party, get your teeth around that. You might want to try these as well. So these are on the website if you do want them. So this is a royal wedding. So they're not just role play these, however, lots of the things that I have been collecting for Mason do revolve around role play. That's why I'm sharing it today. Okay, so I'm just going to show you the bits and pieces that I have, because for us as well, I just have to say as well that for Mason, London is, when we say London, it's a bit like when you say the number 100. You know, it's like, wow, amazing, London, you know, the big city. We don't live in London, we live in Bristol. However, we do have family that live in London, so we do often visit. We were there at the weekend and we were pointing little bits out. He's 3 and a bit now, so he's picking stuff up and he's talking about London, and he can relate that his grandma lives in London as well as the Queen and all that sort of stuff. So London does have a link with our family, and Mason is starting to make those links. So it's lovely to starting to bring it into his play. We've been playing lots with this collection so far, and that's why sometimes in the afternoons my stories have been quiet, because this is what he's been playing with, and I wanted to save it till after Easter, after we've got our Easter out of the way, so that I could share it all with you of what we've been doing. Okay, so first of all, I get lots of questions about storage. So I store, if you can see that, it's pretty bright today. I store most of my resources in these sort of boxes. I do have the bigger under the bed storage boxes for bigger stuff, but whenever I'm setting up a set, particularly like a London set, I had an Easter one in this, I try and stick to one of these boxes, 13 litre boxes, just because what fits in there is normally a good amount. Anything more than that, I normally feel like I've bought too many resources. So once a box is full, I try and stop there, because you can just go on and on, can't you? So this is just what I store bits and pieces in, and then I'm just going to show you the kind of things that I've been collecting, the books that I've been collecting and buying when I've been out about. Some things I've spent more on than others. I managed to get things quite cheap, and I'll show you. Some things are linked in my Amazon link that I have on my website. It's on the Instagram today. So yeah, so should we get started? Another quick goal. Good morning, hope you're all okay, everyone joining us. We're looking at London today, because of the royal wedding is going to be coming up soon. Should we start with books? That's always a nice place to start, isn't it? So a few books that I've been collecting. I regularly get asked about books for babies. I really like the set of Jane Foster's books. They're really lovely. They're bold, their colours are beautiful, and the illustrations are really great. I just love them, and I really like this book. Mason's really enjoyed reading this one. I keep catching him reading it on his own as well, which is good. And it's a board book as well, so it just goes through. So this is really nice for just bits and pieces, landmarks. His daddy is called Ben, so it's really funny that Big Ben, so we keep looking out for Big Ben. Yesterday we were playing here on the table and we were talking about Big Ben. What else? What were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about the London Eye, and he couldn't quite get his head around it. So we used YouTube to look for, I found a video on the London Eye so we could see a family going on the London Eye and going around, and he could get his head around it. So it's all about encouraging kids to make links so that they fully understand things. Otherwise it just looks like a big Ferris wheel, doesn't it? But now you can understand that you go on it so you get a really good view of London and all that sort of stuff. So it's nice, it's got landmarks and bits and pieces in, and the pictures are just gorgeous. So I do recommend her book. She has lots and lots in the range. Colours, animals, loads of different things, a black and white one. So I was really pleased when I found this one for London, and we've loved that. I'd suggest that's our favourite one. Another one I also got on Amazon is London Calls. I can't remember, we read this one ages ago now. Oh, and it's just generally about London, and the pictures are really lovely, and the text goes around the pictures. And again, you can see the landmark and things. That's it, exactly. Lovely, Mama Smith too. Just saying, nice way to introduce places to our children. So you may have children at home who perhaps, I don't know, perhaps you have family in New York, or you have family other places in the world or other places in the country, and you want to try and help them to understand it. So perhaps you could get them to send postcards and pictures, and maybe if there are any landmarks and things, then collect them. I have to go and buy this, sounds great. I'm just reading the comment on Facebook. Daddy works in London. Sees a tall building, she shouts London. Brilliant, yeah, that's a brilliant idea. Yeah, particularly when you're talking about a place a lot, it just helps them to get their head around it, and it's nice to introduce it to the play, and they can start to make links. And when you do visit London, or if you do ever go to London, it just helps it all. It's sort of, you're making the whole picture, aren't you? And particularly by encouraging them to explore it through play, it makes it more meaningful to them. So that's London Calls. I can go through these all later. This is a lovely one, and it's because I met the author when we once had a school open day. The author came in and read to the children. The Queen's Knickers, brilliant story. She loses her knickers, so it's a national emergency, and there's all the pictures of the knickers, and we could all have a good laugh because kids love talking about pants and poo and things, don't we? And especially talking about the Queen's Knickers. So it's just a really brilliant book. That's a really funny one. Good for bedtime. Good, again, you could do loads of pants activities and all that sort of stuff. So that's another nice one. That's Nicholas Allen that wrote that. And I think you also did one about the royal baby. So there might be a royal wedding one coming up. And then finally, this one, Welcome London, is a really lovely one. The pictures in this are gorgeous because they're more... I asked for this for Mason for Christmas. So I asked... Fab, lovely. Yeah. So this is a really nice one. Marcos Farina. I got this one on Small Prints Books. I often share her store on Instagram. Not paid for this. I asked my sister to buy this for Mason. It's quite nice if you do have birthdays and Christmas coming up to ask for a really nice book, one that you will treasure, and we've used it a lot as well actually. And again, the pictures are lovely, and right on cue, I couldn't have landed on a better picture, could I, of a royal wedding. Lovely, isn't it? So that's a really nice book, quite a big book, and again it's got loads of landmarks in, and the pictures are like really retro. They really remind me of the books from my childhood. So that's some of the books that I've been collecting. So that's 4 or 5, and I think that's probably about enough. We were also bought this one at Christmas. I think it's one of the Aldi or Lidl books, you might recognise it, because there is a story, but then what's really great about it, I don't think it's in anymore, someone may be able to correct me, if I can work out, is that it folds out and creates a map. I can't work it out. Sorry, it's trying to do it backwards on camera. I can't work out my fingers and thumbs. There we go. So you get the book, and then you get the taxi, and it can drive around. And we've actually just been using the map bit. So I was thinking I might just cut it off and use the map bit, and we've been adding bits and pieces to it. So that's a really nice book, but that was at Christmas. I don't know if it's still around. Like I said, I have been collecting these for a while, just because I knew that I wanted to do this. One, with Mason having a key interest in London, we have family there, and we do visit quite regularly. But also with the royal wedding coming up, I was just saying that people may want to do a little bit more, because we're going to be seeing it on TV, in the media. There's going to be clips in newspapers and stuff, isn't there? Okay, and then other things that I've been collecting as well are tickets. from when we have been to London, and Oyster card as well. Another really great way of getting some of our number work in there. If we do want to do some number play, we could make our own tickets, couldn't we? And he can just play with these and money and things that we're travelling to London. I'm going to whiz through because I've been on for ages this morning, haven't I? I do apologise. Someone sent Mason a lovely card with a bus on, so I've just been collecting those. So you don't need to spend lots of money. Again, you can print off loads of images from Google Images. If it's London that you're doing, if you wanted to do a different city, you might be able to collect some. And like I said, if you have family live there, get them to send you some postcards. That could be a really great idea. Or photos of them at the landmarks and things. And then in Primark, not so long ago, had some lovely London notebooks. Again, so it's all about encouraging them to write with a novelty pen. Novelty pens are great for getting young kids to get writing. Some nice Union Jack with all the different colours on the top. So we've got a little London notepad and then a little miniature one. Anything that's got London or Union Jacks on, I've just been saving. And Primark also had some Union Jack washi tape in as well, 50p for all 5 rolls. So again, we can make loads of different pieces with that. We can maybe make a little bit of bunting. We can decorate things and also use them to make roads and all that sort of stuff. So I've got a couple of sets of those. And my mum very kindly spotted, oh, where was this? Asda George. A lovely tea towel, which I'm not going to use as a tea towel because my dog would destroy it. So we're going to save this. It's really lovely. So it's just anything with all the London images and icons and that sort of stuff on there. Then I've been collecting things like the red post boxes, and these are all just from different sets, and I've just been pulling them out. I went to London not so long ago to see some friends while I was there. Went in a souvenir shop and just picked up, I think this is a pencil sharpener, telephone box, and buses and magnets and things like that. Just any sort of London landmarks. These I've shared this morning, the road tapes, are really great for creating small worlds and things, and of course in London with all its transport links. I've been using these a lot. I just stick them on the dining room table, or I use them on the coffee table, or even on the wall. You can stick them down and you've really quickly and easily got yourself a small world area. Stick a few buses on and you've got London. And then something that I did spend a little bit of money on, this is something that I got, sorry, I whizzed through that, I'm very conscious I've been talking for a long time. These tapes were a set of 3 from Amazon, however, there is a link on my Instagram page and on my website page. Lots of people have been messaging me, Flying Tiger, if you have a Tiger shop near you, they have big rolls of road tape in at the moment for I think £1 or £2. So if you have one near you, they're worth getting. And then these are a couple of things that I've been out and bought specially for setting up for London, for the London thing. This was a little set, I don't know if you've seen Wow Toys. These are really lovely figures. They're a nice size for kids to hold. And apparently, they have the arm stick out to stop them being a choking hazard. That's what I heard. But yeah, it's just a little set of the little beefeater and the guard. That's the beefeater, isn't it? That's the guard. I need to brush up on these. Comes with a little guard house thing and a horse. And actually, the box it came in, I've kept the background of the box because it's got a lovely picture of the palace on. All you need to do is put that down, put the guards in front, and you've got a really quick and easy setup role play. So they're from Wow Toys. There is a link on those. I found those on Amazon as well. And there's sometimes you can get Wow Toys in TK Maxx, but I don't always see them. So just worth having a look if you do see them. And this set was a little bit more than I'd normally spend, guys. It's only because I know that I would be doing it so much. And Mason has played with it a lot, so I think it's about 14 or 15 pounds. However, it is a proper London play set, and it comes in a little bag, and it has all the landmarks, and they're lovely. And I'm just going to pick out a few of them. 10 Downing Street. And it comes with a little post box. It comes, I should just pour it out now. Buses, you get a couple of buses in there, a couple of black taxis, black cabs. You get the London Eye. You see, so it is actually a really nice set. So it's a little bit more than I'd normally spend. You get a few of the little soldiers as well in there. The BT Tower, correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm saying all these faces wrong. Not a London expert, that's for sure. And you get a little London Bridge as well. Oh, and you get a big bed that you can build. So it is really sweet. So if you are thinking of doing, if London means something to your child, if you are wanting to do more of the London stuff, or you are planning on doing lots more of the royal wedding activities, this might be a step worth investing in. But as always, I don't, you know, I don't really like to encourage people to go out and spend loads of money. If you have an alternative, if you have some wooden building blocks at home, perhaps could you decorate them? Could you draw on them? Could you collect boxes and things like that and decorate them to look like Big Ben? Wouldn't be too tricky, would it? Just collect some big boxes and you can get the kids to decorate, particularly if your children are a little bit older, and you could get them to look at images, look at pictures and create their own. It's that sort of thing. So I'm not here to tell you to go out and spend loads of money. I just thought I'd share with you the kind of things that we found really useful. Please can you post a picture of the place that's biggest in the world? I will. I'm going to do a picture of the whole collection of what I've been collecting. Oh, and just finally, I've been collecting our neighbour. We've got a teenage boy who lives nearby, and he gave Mason loads of all of his old medals. So I've been collecting those with like all the Olympics going on, and they've got all the lovely red, white, and blue. So there's just those as well. So this is like my collection, and I must admit that Mason's been playing with those a lot. Where is that set from? It's from Amazon. I've put a link on Instagram already, or if you go on my website, you will be able to find it, and it is really lovely. It is about £14–15. So for us, it's been worth it, and London means a lot to Mason. So it's just tricky, isn't it? But I don't want to be here telling you to spend lots of money because that's not my style. But like I said, there are alternatives. You know, perhaps you could make your own. And if anyone spots any lovely London sets out there, perhaps you can let me know, or let the Facebook group know, because that's been a really great place for sharing bargains. Sorry, you can tell when my mind's going quicker than my mouth, can't you? So yeah, so that's just what I wanted to share with you this morning. It's been really popular with Mason. Like I said, we have family live in London. You recently saw there's a Peppa Pig episode where they go to see the Queen and she drives them around on a bus and they see the sights. So if your little one's been watching that and is starting to pick up about London, or they might just see it coming up soon. Oh, fab! Yeah, reception teacher just saying that they're going to be doing lots of, their topic's going to be London. So yeah, it's just a really lovely one, and it can mean lots of people. Oh, good, Rich. I'm so glad that you love Peppa Pig. It's all right. That's my friend. It's not a troll. Okay, so that was just those, and a final plug. They were for my royal wedding play prompts, which for these you do not need all of this stuff. For these you can just make lots of activities from things that you have in the house already. And it's not just about London, it's about the royal wedding, about the royal family and different things. So there's 25 in there, and that's in the mini packs on my website. Oh, I don't know how long I've been on for. I can't see a clock, but I think I've been on a while this morning, haven't I? I'm going to save both of those now on Facebook and on Instagram. So if you've missed anything, you'll be able to watch it back and see. If you want any more information about any of the items I've shared, let me know. However, there are links to, I've put a link to the Amazon stuff, is on my website on the Amazon page, and on Instagram I put a link in the bio. Facebook I can find you a link and put you a link on too. Yeah, so I hope that's been helpful. I probably won't, I'll share the rest of the London stuff today, and I will maybe save it and do lots and lots more as it's getting closer to the royal wedding, and we will be surrounded by it. But by the time it comes, we'll be ready for it. All right. Thank you very much for joining me today. Thank you, Facebook, for tuning in. Thank you, Instagram, for tuning in. It's lovely having both of you here. So speak soon. Enjoy your miserable Wednesday, and drink tea. Stay dry. Good luck. Happy playing, everybody. See you on the Facebook page. Bye, guys.